Hello there guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to another video. I hope you guys are doing well tonight. If you're a USA fan, then you'll be disappointed. If you're an England fan, you'll also be disappointed because one team needed to win tonight, but they didn't because the result ended it England nil, USA nil, and it's a pretty boring game to be honest with you. A pretty boring game to watch. Yes, there was a few clear-cut chances, but there was just it was just boring to watch. It looks like everyone went to sleep. So boring, man. And yeah, for England, it's another game against USA that we simply cannot beat them. We didn't beat them in 1950, we didn't beat them in 2010, and now here in 2022, we simply cannot beat them. So I just don't know why. I really don't get it. And this feels like the European Championships last year because remember I think we've beaten I think it was Croatia. That was our first game at Wembley. It was something like 1-0. Yeah, something like that. So we beat them 1-0. And then against Scotland, it was 0-0. Like this feels like last year. We beat Iran 6-2 on last Monday, but then we joined against Scotland. Honestly, we failed our chance. We failed our chance to make it to the knockout stages because let me just show you guys, let me just tell you guys the table so that you will understand what I mean when England failed our chance. Let me just have a look. So, yeah. Come on. So look at this. We're on 4 points. But let me tell you something, yeah. If either Iran or USA win, that means that England are going to be in second place. And plus, Wales, if they beat us, then they need to score at least, I say 4 goals at least, 4 more goals in order for them to be in the knockout stages. But I don't think it will happen. So yeah, but for we failed our chance because if we would have won tonight against USA, we could have been in the knockout stages already. And that game against Wales could have, doesn't mean anything because if we lose, we're still through. If we win, we're still through. If we draw, we're still through. So we just missed our chance. And tonight has proved to me why I didn't expect England to win the World Cup. Yeah? Listen, we may beat England, and that's a really good performance, but can we really do it against teams like USA, Germany, and all that stuff? The answer is no. And I really am disappointed. England were poor, and yeah, we didn't deserve to win. We played a boring game. Every single player out there was poor. I think Gareth Southgate made the one decision to put these players in the starting lineup once again because you can tell these players were knackered. They were tired, They didn't play how they played against England. Every single player out there was poor. I can't remember one England player out there who showed the best performance and showed heart, fire, desire, and passion on that stuff. I simply cannot remember. I don't know who's going to be the man of the match in that game. I don't know who they voted for, but for me, every single player out there was poor, absolutely poor. And yeah, both teams deserve to keep a clean sheet because defensively were good and the goalkeepers made some big saves. So, but overall, I think USA had a bit of clear cut chance than England because if you look at the stats here, USA had more attempts, 10 attempts, than England did, 5. Of course, both teams have only one shot on target, and that's basically it. But USA had more chance than England, so you could say that both teams deserve to get a draw because both teams looked poor. The USA looked poor. Yes, they dominated possession, but when it comes to chances, they didn't take their chances. So you can say that a draw is a fair result, but you can also say that both teams were poor. But me as an England fan, we were poor. Kane had a chance, didn't score. Both chances in both halves didn't score. He was poor. I thought Sane was terrible. I thought Bukayo Saka was terrible. Mason Mount, every single player out there was terrible. And I think Gareth Southgate should be asking some questions because why could you not use start new players, the likes of Ramsdale, Ben White, Marcus Rashford, Phil Foden, maybe Callum Wilson. Why could you not start them? If you put the same players as England, you know that they're going to feel tired. Yes, I know they had the 4 day rest, but that doesn't mean you can start these players against USA. Because I said in my last video that USA are a really good side. Really good side. So we need to be careful, you know. So for me, I think Gareth Southgate should not start these players against Wales, because if Wales beat us, but if they score more than 4 goals, then we could be out. I don't think it will happen, but for me, we just missed our chance. So I still think we'll go through, but thank goodness that we didn't lose, yeah? Because if we would have lost, yeah, to USA and to Wales, we're gonna be out. So we're lucky, yeah, just lucky enough, yeah, that game must not be a but that English should not be losing. Otherwise, we're in trouble. We're seriously in trouble. So for me, a draw is good, but I prefer a win rather than a draw. Because, like I said, we want to get revenge on USA, but we cannot do that. That is 3 games here that we simply cannot beat England. Sorry, USA in the World Cup. 1950, 2010, now 2022. It's simply embarrassing, man. Absolutely embarrassing. Um, I didn't want to get too carried away, because I remember I told you guys that even though we beat Inwan, I still don't think we're going to win the World Cup. But if we can keep this performance and get a win and keep this energy, this positive energy, then maybe my mind will change. But I just knew that if we play like pay badly and start dropping points, I just knew that this England team would not go far, and that's why I said that I think England team will go far as in the quarterfinals minimum. That's what I think. I'm not sure about you guys, but I think they will go to the quarterfinals and then lose. I don't think we'll be in the final and win it this time. And this result and this performance proved to me like we've got really good players, but when it comes to performing consistently, they simply cannot do it. And it's really frustrating me tonight. We missed our chance, and now I don't know what's going to happen. All 3 teams can make it through. I really hope that England don't lose, yeah, against Wales. Otherwise, we're going to be in serious, serious trouble. Thank God we didn't lose tonight, but the next game against Wales on a Tuesday, yeah, in Qatar, we need to win if we want to be in the knockout stages, yeah? Because imagine losing to USA and losing to Wales, honestly, that would be the worst year of my life. And that would be the end of England's World Cup, yeah? That would be the end. So thankfully we didn't lose, but today England were poor, USA were poor, like such a boring game to watch. Like I felt like sleeping just a bit, because there was no excitement, there was no, there's no energy, there was nothing in this team. So yeah, I'm just really disappointed tonight. And the good thing is that there was not long of that added time, because you usually get 10 or more minutes of added time, but in the first half there was only 1 minute, and the second half there was only 4 minutes of added time. So yeah, at least it was less. So if it was more, then maybe it could have been good, but I want it less. I really want it less. So yeah, at least it was a less of added time. But overall, disappointing, missed our chance. If England were poor, that's what I've got to say on this one. So yeah, so that's England nil, USA nil. And before I end this video, I'm going to quickly move on into Netherlands against Ecuador. And since that game ended in a draw, that means that Qatar are going to be out of this year's World Cup, and they'll be the first host nation to ever go out of the World Cup after 2 matches. So yeah, I told you guys that if either Netherlands or Ecuador win or draw, that means that Qatar are not going to make it to the World Cup. So yeah, those 2 losses, like I told you in my predictions last week, that intro, if one team lose 2 games, that means they're going to be out. So when I saw that Qatar lost to Senegal and to Ecuador, I just knew they're going to be out. So that's it. So, and you've got to feel bad for them, because in 2010 the FIFA Cup could have happened in Qatar, but instead they went to South Africa. So Yeah, so you've got to feel bad for them. I would have thought that they'll win the knockout stages because you normally don't see host, losing two games in a row, but Qatar did it. And they've got to be the worst home nation in FIFA World Cup history. So I've got to feel bad for them. But for Ecuador, they've got a draw and they should have won. They really should have won. They're, like I said, in that video last time. I don't know Ecuador, but when I saw them playing in the game against Netherlands and Senegal, they looked really good. Like their style of play looked good, and they performing looking good. So I believe that Ecuador missed that chance to go for the knockout stages if they would have beaten Netherlands early on today. So yeah, they'll be disappointed. But if Ecuador can win their next game and so does Netherlands, then they'll go through to the knockout stages. So yeah, and Eric Felicia, all my days, like all this going 3 goals already. Honestly, I feel like this guy, yeah, could maybe win the Golden Boot if he can keep this up. Of course, there was a bit of injury which will concern Ecuador, but hopefully it's not that bad news, and maybe Ecuador, the star man could be starting the next game, which I think is against who is it? Senegal, yeah. So hopefully he will start that game. So that's basically it. So yeah, well done to Senegal and Netherlands. A draw isn't not that bad, but one team could have win it. Of course, if they win their next game, then that means both of them will go through. So congratulations to them. But for Qatar, they are out of the World Cup. There's no way they can make it through the knockout stages and be in the top two. So yeah, you've got to feel bad for Qatar. You've got to feel bad for them. So yeah, that's basically it. So that how the game ended early on today. Netherlands won, Ecuador won. So yeah, so Qatar are out already. So that's really heartbreaking for them. Really heartbreaking for them. So that's it, guys. That is your match reaction to the England, USA, and Netherlands Senegal game. So no, sorry, Netherlands Ecuador game. So if you find this video interesting and if you agreed with everything I said, make sure you smash a like, and if you enjoyed this as well. Don't forget, if you are new, is the subscribe button below. Hit the bell notification so that you never miss any of my FIFA World Cup content. And don't forget to click the share button so that you guys can give your thoughts and opinions of how your team did early on today. And if I miss anything, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll get to those matches possibly tomorrow or over or on Sunday too. So make sure you guys check that out. So yeah, England missed their chance. Boring, poor. That's all I've got to say on England. So we need to win against Wales, otherwise we could be in trouble. But thank goodness we didn't lose tonight, otherwise we'll be in more trouble. So that's basically it. So I've got to go, guys. Hope you found this video useful, and if you did, let me know in the comments down below. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Look after yourselves, take care, and peace.